Hi there. I'm so glad you're here to join me with my little walk in the woods. If you're here right now, you might not be having the best day, or maybe it's been a hard period of time lately. Have you ever felt like it's really hard to get out of bed? Like every day is a struggle. You just think that the world is a bit gray and blah, and why even bother to go on? That's a really tough way to feel, and I've been there too. Maybe you're struggling with concentration, motivation, or just the idea of doing any kind of task seems so overwhelming and you can't take it. When we're feeling depressed, we sometimes engage in self-destructive behaviors or things that can help us in the short term to get through the tough moments, but aren't really getting us to where we want to be in the long term. The goal of DBT is to learn new ways to deal with these feelings and to go from a life of misery to a life worth living. So my hope is to help you and help myself learn ways so that we can deal with these more challenging moments in life, to shift from feeling down, depressed, anxious, overwhelmed, struggling with really intense emotions and thoughts, to be able to tolerate the here and now, to have a more optimistic, realistic outlook of things by using balanced thinking. So, what is DBT? Maybe you've heard of this before, and if you haven't, it stands for dialectical behavior therapy. The dialectics are, it's recognizing that two contradictory things can exist at the same time. In DBT, the opposites are acceptance and change. Because in life there are things that we cannot change. We just have to accept them. The past, certain circumstances of life, other people, and let me just say, I know that this can be very hard to do. And the opposite of acceptance is change. There are things that we can do in our lives, certain behaviors, certain ways to change our thinking, ways to regulate our emotions and tolerate distress so that we're able to get through these more challenging times in life. I want to also add that if you grew up in an invalidating environment, if you feel like it's really hard to manage your emotions or just feel like you can't do it and you're taking the moment day by day, this can be really hard, but it's not impossible. So I hope that on this journey together, we'll be able to go through different ways to manage our emotions and our thoughts more effectively, live in the present moment, be able to tolerate distress, and improve our relationships, not just with other people, but with ourselves. So I'd like to hear your thoughts. Have you heard of DBT before? What's your experience with it? DBT has 4 modules. There's mindfulness, which we talked about before, is being in the present moment and noticing what's happening with awareness and without judgment in the here and now. There's emotion regulation, being able to tolerate our intense emotions and get through it. Distress tolerance, being able to tolerate distress and do things that can help us from having a total crisis. And interpersonal effectiveness. On this channel, I'm going to go through the modules one by one, starting with mindfulness. There's going to be lots of mindfulness, and the beautiful thing about mindfulness is you can practice it anywhere. I personally like to be in the woods. I'm kind of an outdoorsy person, but I look forward to hearing how you all practice mindfulness too. So I'd like to say thank you for joining me today. If you found this video interesting, please press like and subscribe, and I look forward to hearing from you in my future videos of ways that we can focus on the present, build skills to get through the tough moments, improve our relationships, and build a life worth living. See you next time, friend.